welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have another Tobermory from the Isle of Mull. And this one is called the Mountain Gin. And if you look at the bottle, and you see, okay, normal Tobermory, and in the back you see these mountains. In most of the other countries it's called hills. And yeah, I think in Great Britain, a mountain or a hill is defined by, I think, 1,000 feet, 300 meters. It's not really what we here in southern Germany think of mountains, because we are very close to the Alps. And yeah, so mountains, hills, yeah, doesn't matter. It's called mountain gin because they use botanicals that live in their hills. And these are rowan berries. They also use tea. They have wild heather that grows there a lot, and it's all from Mull, and they probably use the juniper as well. What Tobermory does is, yeah, they also do whiskey. If you don't know that, we have a lot of whiskey reviews here on the channel about the Tobermory, and they use normal alcohol, and then they add some of their malt spirit that they use for maturation in whiskey, and add it there, and then they do the maceration with all the botanicals. So very nice. They should have a bit of a maltier character, bit of a more of that character that you know from the new make spirit when you visit a distillery. At some distilleries you always get a little bit of a taste of the new make spirit. So it's very fruity, grassy, and what do you call it? Fruity, grassy, with herbs. So and berries. That's it. Berries, wild berries, but none of these easy raspberry types. But yeah, the rowan berries and the berries that you wouldn't usually eat because they're too sour or too bitter or poisonous. Yeah. Nice. Today I heated up the studio a little bit more, and it just gives the gin much more intensity. Also, the alcohol comes through a little bit more, so I have to be a little bit careful. 43.3% ABV. It's still very round, and now that I've taken a second sip, it feels more like a real gin with juniper. Even though it's really warm, that gin is still pretty round, and a lot of herbs, a lot of not spices, but greens in there, I would say. Also, now with the second sip, it's not that much with the berries. More of a dryness, more of a little bit of a bitter sweetness. And for my experience, for the first gin tonic I made in German take, you don't add much tonic water to it. It's not heavy on the juniper, so it can't really push through with all its flavors against that very, 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 very sweet tonic water. Oh, now I've added really little tonic water. It just made it fresh, and you still have all the flavors conserved in it. And that makes it a really good gin tonic. It's not a classical gin tonic because it's just not junipery enough. Not enough juniper in it. And it's more of a herb mixture, herbs and sweets in there. Feels like one of these new fancy craft lemonades that spring up in all the food markets. But with much more kick to it. I like it. Nice. Nice gin tonic, but be careful. If you just add too much tonic, then it's just a tonic water. And the gin is just really much of a side note. And I think a good gin tonic lives from the balance. And here the balance is you need more gin, because it's just a more subtle gin and not that much on the juniper. Yeah, that was it. It costs around 30 euros, a bit more in Germany. So it will be something around 35 bucks in America, and around 30 pounds or maybe 35 pounds in the UK. So it's not bad, but it's one of the more premium gins. If you want a good herby gin, that's the one to go for. Yeah, that was it for my review. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.